Welcome to DK Champ. So these are my results from football from last week. The early onlys I didn't do very well in. The main slate, I cashed a couple and dudded a couple, but those are the GPP picks that I had. My more confident picks, I did three $1 lineups and only cashed $250. Doubled up in this afternoon slate and doubled up in the afternoon only. The Showdown, put in $1, $1.25. When I do showdowns, I usually do two complete opposite lineups, and that shows right here. Doubled up in a prime time, doubled up in another prime time, which was the Monday night slate, and then I did the Showdown for let's see, this was Monday Showdown, and it made a little bit here, or lost some there, but I ended up winning I want to say around $1 overall after all of last week. So that's that piece, and I want to show you what my picks are for this week in the NFL, and I'm just going to do the Miami-Houston game. And there's a couple different ways that you can approach this. And I think the number one way that people are going to be approaching is going to be with stacking Houston. You can see I've already made two lineups, and I've got the Texans defense, Watson, Hopkins, Miller, and then Amendola, because you have to have a Miami player. And then I put in a couple of guys that were real cheap that I could fill the rest of it. So I'm going to go to create a new lineup and show you all some options that you can do tonight. I think the defense is going to be a way to go. Play the Texas defense, but a lineup that's probably going to be pretty highly owned, I believe. And I think a lot of people are going to be going against Osweiler and thinking that he's going to throw some interceptions and possibly some pick sixes, which is a possibility. But I'm going to do two different lineups tonight, and I'll probably just play those two that you saw, which I had strong. I had Hopkins, Watson. I really like Fuller for tonight. And the Miller, I think, is going to be a really good pick tonight. So you could do Miller in your captain spot. You could do Fuller in your captain spot and then go cheap the rest of the way. But the lineup that's not going to be very highly owned is going to be going with a Miami stack. Now, I would be very reluctant to get Osweiler. I'll probably do a lineup with him in it and stack some of the receivers. I'd probably do Amendola. I'm going to stay away from Drake and just try to pick up some of these cheaper guys because there's just a lot of injuries in this game. And Grant's probably a good option here. I'm going to stay away from Gore. Parker, I'm going to stay away from. Kickers, I'm going to stay away from on this one. And I'm going to stay away from the defense for the Dolphins. Tight ends, I just don't know. I don't think that's going to be a very good pick for this week, or this game especially. If you wanted to get real risky and you have exactly 2,400 left, you could go with Blue. He might get something for you. It just depends on how the game flows. He may come in and get in those passing down situations, and he's really good at that. So you could take a risk on that. But so you saw my other ones. I'll pull one up real quick. Let's import. Well, here they are. So Texans, Hopkins, Watson, Miller, and that gives you the core guys that I really think. Amendola, I think, is going to have a good game, so he's good to put there. And then I have Grant in one, and Fairburn, and the other one. But what I'm going to do is show you a different way to go with this. And sometimes this works with these GPPs. And like I said, these lineups are not going to be – I'm not trying to cash. I'm just trying to either win or get nothing at all. I'm really going all out on these. But I'm going to put Miller in my captain spot because I feel like this game could either go Houston's way all the way and Miami's going to get nothing at all, and that's going to put Miller in running the ball more, or it's going to be Miami's throwing the ball a ton to try to get caught back up in the game, and that's just going to be beneficial for Miller as well as Amendola. So I think these are two good value picks here, and then I'm going to go with Fuller. I really like him tonight. And then I'm going to come back up and stay away from both of these quarterbacks. That's kind of a strategy that I'm going to try and just see what happens here. And then I'll come down and look and see. I'm just thinking Miami's going to get a ton of passing yards because they're going to be trying to push to get back in the game the whole time. So we'll go with Grant. So we're looking at all receivers and a running back right now. So that leaves me with 58. I could go with the Texans defense, but that could be counterproductive depending. You could go with Frank Gore, but I don't think he's going to get enough. I don't think he'll get enough reps tonight to make a difference. Both kickers, those are both options. If you're going to pick one, you could go either way with them. I don't know. I don't really know how to approach the kicker piece because you look at Houston's kicker and you think they're going to get a lot of extra points and probably not many field goals, and you think Sanders probably may not have many opportunities to kick, and that's why I want to stay away from them. Now, some people may have a lot of success with them, but I'm not going to stay with that this time. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to do Fuller in the captain spot and Miller in the regular spot, so that changes my to 45, and then I'll roll back down. And I just hate to leave money on the table, but sometimes you got to do that. So you got Gore, and Gore, let's see what he's done the past couple of weeks. He's getting some attempts, but I just don't think he's going to. These got to be early attempts because he's not going to be very involved with the passing game, and Drake will. So I'm going to stay away from him. You got Parker. Let's see how many targets he's getting. He got 1 target last week, 0 points. Yeah, I'm not. So let's look at tight ends. O'Leary. He got 4 2 weeks ago and 3 last week. So that might be a good option. Just quick, try to get back in the game. I think that's what I'll go with O'Leary. So you can try this out and make it, you might want to flip-flop Hopkins and Fuller and really try to gain the most because Hopkins has had nobody on Miami is going to be able to stop Hopkins, but I think Fuller's also going to be a clutch play tonight. Let's see. So he's got 8 targets, 6, 13, 12. He's coming off a bunch of 10. I remember talking about him one time before and him coming off of just crazy games. Let's look at Fuller. Now, Fuller's had some injuries here, so he's supposed to be fully healthy now. And you see he got a little bit more targets last week, so he might be a good play. I still think Hopkins is going to be the original target, so we'll go Hopkins and then go Fuller, and that leaves me a little bit less in the bank. So I think if you're going to go with the defense of Houston and try to pick one person from Miami, then you roll with Amendola as your person, and then you stack the rest of those guys and then fit the defense in there as well. So I'll submit this one, and then we'll look at all 3 lineups again. And then I'll probably go and do one more lineup where just in case something crazy happens, I can play the whole Miami offense. I'll probably put in a quarter for that too. So that'll give me the 3 lineups where I'm looking at, probably going to cash in one of them, and I hope one of them will potentially get in the top 100 overall. So let's actually go look at that now. I'll go in and put, if I'm going to do that stack, I'm going to put Amendola as my guy, and then I'm going to put Osweiler. I'm still going to play Miller. I think that's still a good play. Let's see if Drake's really getting involved with the passing downs now. Yeah, so he's really getting involved here with passing, and he's still getting a ton of yards per touch in the rushing game. So I'll play him just as a passing threat. We'll go down and get Grant. That leaves us with 13. So then you can also go with Hopkins. So this is going to be probably not a very highly owned stack, but just to throw it out there and see what happens. It's got potential if for some reason Miami just comes in and goes off and this becomes a shootout, this could potentially get us more points in this system. So take a look at this. Let me know what you think, what you like. I'm going to play all of these 4 lineups, and these will be the 4 that I enter for tonight. I may make a couple of tweaks on the 2 that are similar. I have 2 that are almost identical with the Texans. I may switch some of that one of these up so that it makes it 3 completely different options, because getting too close together could be a problem. So I'll probably change one of these out, but it'll probably be lineup number 2 I'll switch. But this is what I'm going to play tonight, all 4 lineups, and had a lot of success with these, and I've done decently well with these captain modes. So take a look at these. If you like them, use them. If you don't have to use them. So I hope this helps, and spread the word. I need some more subscribers so I can keep this thing rolling. I want to be able to help as many of you as I can to become better daily fantasy sport players. So share these posts with your friends, and hopefully we can get some more people involved here, because I want to hear your comments as well. I'm getting a few here and there, but I do want to hear what you have to say, and I want to know your thoughts on some of this stuff too. So this will be a very interactive site. So let me know what you think, and good luck tonight.